Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Combat Corner.
Or good afternoon.
Or good afternoon, depending where you're at in the world and what time you're watching it. My name's
listening.
Kobe.
And my name is Jackson.
And today we're going to be talking about UFC Fight Night. Jason Barboza versus Lerone Murphy, not to be confused with Lauren Murphy.
We're probably not going to talk about this very much.
We'll talk about it a little bit.
There's not much to talk about.
There's not much to talk about, but we'll figure it out, you know? So this is the card that's coming up this weekend. This is the last card before UFC 302, which is it's 2 weekends away. So we've got a bit of a break in the action next weekend. But we will be breaking this down. Jason Barboza versus Lauren Murphy. It's a weak-ass card. It's terrible. It's shit. It's not good. What else can we say about it? It's garbage. It's weak.
We have a drink to review as well.
Yes, we do.
Those guys that live up in the mountains.
The
doos.
They picked some water from the tree. And,
Mountain Dew Passion Fruit Frenzy.
Passion Fruit Frenzy. This
with
is a good
citrus
Mountain Dew
flair
as well. This is a bloody good Mountain Dew.
It's got a half-star health star rating.
I think that we could see this one eclipse the remainder of the drinks that are on our board here.
I think you're right, Kobe.
You know what?
Cobus.
I'm gonna rub it off, and I'm gonna put our little temporary.
No.
What is it?
What? Why are you doing that?
Passion Fruit Frenzy.
What is the point in this? Can you fill me in? Because I'm still lost why that needs to happen.
Just so we remember what the drink was if we miss like we did last time. Remember? There's
Okay.
been, how many times has there been where we've just completely forgotten to rank the drink? And then we've forgot that it's existed.
Rank the drink.
In the last setup that we used to have.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I see, yeah. Some of the drinks were pretty rank.
Some of them were.
Anyway,
I liked Kookaroo last weekend though.
let's
Let's get into the show.
get into the episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Combat Corner.
That was
terrible.
weak. That was
crack.
weak.
That was shit.
That was weak. There's not enough carbon in this.
Ooh.
Refresh,
Carbon.
then recycle. So you drink this,
Ooh, that's
you refresh
fucking
yourself,
good.
and then you recycle the can.
It looks like dehydrated piss, but tastes
That's
like
a lovely
Mountain Dew.
first thought.
It does look like dehydrated piss, but it tastes delicious. I don't know whether that's what dehydrated piss tastes like. I've not tried it myself. You hear the plumber's starting his work.
Yeah.
You hear the drill going. Yeah, I've got the plumber in today. Plumber, if you're listening, thank you.
Does the plumber listen to our show, does he?
No, but I might tell him that we were recording a podcast, and then he might be like, "Oh, what is it?" And you never know.
Nice.
So what's been going on this morning, Jackson? What have you been up to?
I went for a run.
How long?
Not very
How long
far.
did
It
you
was,
run?
it was 3.5 Ks. As I did my first leg day in about 3 months yesterday. Possibly longer, to be honest. Possibly.
Bit longer than that.
What month are we in now? We're in the 5th month, aren't we? I don't think I've done legs since last year. So
Shit.
yeah, it's been a while. And it did not feel good. My knees are Kamaru
Sure.
Usman level knees.
So you went for a run at the gym.
No, I went for a run around the block. I've been going to the gym to go for a little bit of a small run each morning up until today.
Good.
But I thought it's a nice morning for a outside
It's been
run.
slightly less cold today.
Yeah.
I know that.
So yeah, I've done that. Then I came home. I played a little bit of Formula One. Got my qualifying laps out of the way before I came here, so that way I can
Congrats, mate. Congrats.
yeah, so I can go back home and do my race and have a little
Have
omelette.
a little play with yourself.
Yep.
Nice.
I haven't eaten. I've had 2 coffees and a banana. So I have eaten, but only a banana.
I had a pie this morning
Did you?
from the
The
bakery
roles
just
are
down the road.
reversed.
Well, I'd usually on a Saturday I'll usually get a pie before the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably why you're so slow.
I'm quick this morning. I just can't remember
you
anything.
did just slip up though. You told them we're recording this on a Saturday. Now they're gonna know, Kobe.
We're recording
they're
on the
still
Saturday
listening.
and releasing it on the previous Thursday.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So they're probably not listening
that's right.
by now anyway.
We have the time machine. We
Yeah.
have discussed that before, haven't we?
I did want to say though, there's a really good bakery just down the road.
Mm-hmm.
It's top notch.
Don't put that in my head.
There's
I
two
have,
really
like-
good bakeries actually.
I think I have like under $50 to last me for the remaining. How long is it until I get
Until
paid?
Wednesday.
Like 5 days.
Is that, that's
4 or
all you've
5
got?
days.
You got
Yeah.
$50.
Well, I put some money aside for Mother's Day,
Oh, yeah. Mother's
which
Day.
has already been,
Mm.
but just letting them know.
Time machine.
Yeah, time machine. So
Mother's Day.
got some.
What are you doing? What did you do for Mother's Day?
I went out for lunch at the tannery.
Nice.
Yeah, it was quite a nice lunch.
I think that the tannery's great. Love the tannery. Which place are you planning to go? Did you go to
the beer garden.
the beer garden? I've been there.
Yep.
It's good. It's a good spot. Did
Get
you
the
enjoy
old
your
trout
meal?
on the piss?
Yeah.
Hey?
Did you the old trout? Did you enjoy your meal there?
Yeah, it was
You did?
lovely. Yeah.
Oh, good. Well done.
Don't ask me what I had.
What'd you have?
No.
No, tell me.
Anyway, how was your? So you've had a pie this morning?
I had a pie.
Yeah.
I went to jiu-jitsu this morning, open mat, did some rolls, managed to not get submitted, and
Nice.
I think I got like 4 submissions. 2 on a white belt, 3 on a white belt, 1 on a purple belt.
Oh wow. Was that
Yeah.
the older guy, Grant? What's his name?
No, it was Jack. We had some good rolls, managed to get him in a triangle.
Lovely.
He was good. He's always good to roll with.
How
I
long
felt a
till
bit
you're
sick.
promoted? Do you think, Kobe?
I don't know, probably a year or so, maybe. I don't know.
And your next one is purple, isn't it?
Mm.
Wow.
But ref is I don't know what the structure is of promotion at my gym. So
I think they need to make that more clear.
well, I'm not bothered about getting promoted. Not bothered
Yeah.
anymore.
Nice.
I used to care, but I don't really anymore.
Anyway,
But I did that. Got a pie. Played a round of COD Zombies because I just bought that on my Xbox.
cool.
The plumber came around. He started doing his thing, and then
This was on Saturday last week.
this was Saturday last
Yeah.
week, and now we're doing a podcast. So that was the most
Lovely.
confusing intro to one of our shows. But there's 7 minutes done right there. So
Boom. Out of the way. This is what you tuned in for.
This is what you guys tuned in for.
Like,
They
I'm
like
talking to
us
the
now.
audience now. If you didn't know, this is what you tuned in for.
bitches. This is-
Speaking of
no but
Brazilian,
Brazilian.
I had a shave. No, Edson Barboza. Rather exciting fighter.
Aged.
Aged,
Withered.
yes. But, God, he's still in phenomenal shape. I'd say if I was a gay man, he has one of the best physiques in the UFC. But I'm not a
If
gay
I
man.
was a gay man, never let you go.
So,
So he's fighting Lerone Murphy. Obviously a lot less experienced than him. He had a cancelled bout against Danage. What's his recent run-ins?
no, I
This
fought
is a
twice last year.
big step up for this guy. This is
Yeah,
a big step up.
This has happened so many times
Oh, he's English. Nice.
with people
I knew
fighting
that.
Edson Barboza. As he fraud checks a lot of people.
He is.
I think he's very good at setting a game plan and sticking to it, and
Putting-
kind of exposing people's weaknesses.
Yeah.
Like he did to Dan Hooker when Dan Hooker obviously wasn't ready for that level of
Oh yeah, he made Dan. That was
Competition.
the most brutal fight I think I've ever watched in my life.
it was
It was
sad.
horrible. I just wanted that to be stopped.
Mm.
Dan Hooker had some early success, but after the second round started, it was just
Yeah,
fucking
it was all
one-way
downhill.
traffic. But he can do stuff like that, for sure. This guy, he's on a 6-fight win streak within the UFC, 13 overall. He did have 1 draw. That was-
Damn.
yeah. So, but he's doing well.
Back at
But this
UFC
is
242.
a huge step up for him in competition. It's another Apex card. So Edson, obviously, he's getting on now. He's 38, but yeah, physique is good. He's coming off a win against Sadiq Yusuf decision, and he's on a 2-fight win streak. He's been a little bit back and forward since in his UFC career, but he's doing it. He's had a bit of a career resurgence. This was that Billy Calentillo or whatever.
Nice.
That fight against him was fucking brutal. He fucked him up. I'm fucking him up, Ariel. I'm fucking him
Damn,
up.
that was on Holloway versus Allen.
Yeah. I think that was the co-main of that
Hmm.
card, refereed by Keith Peterson, otherwise known as the drunk cigarette smoker.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it was.
co-main.
Go man.
absolutely demolished him with a knee. Before that, we have seen him get pretty controlled when it comes to the wrestling against, for example, Bryce Mitchell, who we know has a great ground game. We saw Bryce drop Edson with a jab because he kind of wasn't expecting it because he was expecting a shoot.
And then a fairly similar thing from Chikadze as well, wasn't it?
I think
wrestling overhaul.
No, I don't. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh well,
but you could be right.
That's my terrible pick at the door for the day.
He's definitely no longer a top level guy. That's for sure.
Look at the names on his resume, though.
I know. Yeah, he's fought everyone.
A win over Anthony Pettis.
Did he
fight Paul Felder twice?
Yeah. Beat him and then beat him again later.
Lost to him.
Or did he lose?
Yeah.
Decisions. Yeah, he's fought everybody. Like this Ross Pearson fight was a crazy one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one where he. Oh no, not. Sorry, I'm talking about Terry Adam, the spinning wheel kick.
Yep. Wasn't that one of the first?
I think it was the first spinning wheel kick in the UFC. And that the video of that when Joe's just like, Terry's got to risk getting knocked out.
Yeah.
Jamie Varner, obviously, we don't have to go this far back, but
God, this is crazy.
He's had a crazy career.
Look at how long he's been around for.
Yeah. I mean, that Terry Atom knockout was in 2012, 12 years ago.
Holy
on the
shit.
Aldo vs. Mendez card. Jesus Christ, that was 12 years ago. What
UFC
the fuck?
142.
That's mad.
Look at that. He was on UFC 128, which was Shogun versus Jones.
Yeah.
Wasn't that when Jones won the belt? Yes, Kobe's nodding at me
Yes.
as he sucks back some dews from the mountain.
Oh, bloody good stuff, that is. But yeah, again, we're just kind of displaying here how deep of a career this guy's had. Lerone Murphy, he might be 13-0, never defeated, but this is a huge step up in competition for a striker, because he is primarily a striker. No submissions, 7 KOs, 6 decisions in his career. Obviously, he's never been finished because he's never lost. Will we see him employ a bit of a wrestling kind of game? Maybe.
I mean, that would be the smart thing to do.
It would.
If he has it in his arsenal. But I would like to see a bit of a brutal fight.
Bit of a brute.
I mean, Barboza's not exactly capable of pulling off the same kind of performance he did against Hooker at this age.
No, not
but
quite.
I still think he has the striking, and his leg kicks
Oh, yeah.
so nasty, man.
And his boxing's really improved.
They're something that can shut down anyone's game, no matter how advanced they are. But, I mean, it is sad that this is headlining a fight night.
It is. It's not the best.
I'm not saying this is a bad fight. I'm just saying this is not main event worthy. Once again, we're having this conversation. I think we're going to have this conversation for at least
June's going to be good.
Yeah,
June's going to be
June's
good. But yeah, last week's one was good with Derek Lewis. That fight card was bloody good.
Yeah,
stacked.
That was
it
that
really
made for a
paid
good
off.
Conversation as well.
It did.
I mean, there was some good matchups in that.
There was.
But
this is not the case with this fight night.
No.
We'll go back to the fight card here.
I'm just going to be honest.
deep.
I would rather that we just didn't have a fight night, and I know that sounds pretty rough, but if you built these guys up on other cards, maybe a little bit further down the order, then I think you would probably have a bit more success.
Yeah, exactly. Like Edson Barboza, Lerone Murphy is a perfect fight to chuck on a pay-per-view main card. Like the pay-per-view opener in Brazil. This would have been perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But as a headliner of a fight night, you expect something better. And you expect a deeper card. Like I say, the only really notable name here is Adrian Yanez, but he's not been doing very well. We got Angela Hill. She's always a bit of fun. But Demba Garimbo's on the card. I mean,
Is that the guy that The Rock gave a house to?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Cool.
But let's go back to the main event. What are you thinking? What do you think is going to happen?
I think Edson's going to expose this guy.
So do I.
I hope he does, at least. Like you say, this is a big step up in competition. But both of these guys are bringing some real knockout power to the table.
Finishing ability.
Yeah, which might just make it a bit of a bit more of a chess match in the way that they employ their tactics and kind of move forward, probably a little bit slower, I would imagine. And maybe hold off throwing the bigger weapons until the second or third round even.
I think I agree.
So I think this is going to go to decision. Although, both of these guys do have the capability to knock the other one out.
Oh yeah.
I think we're going to see Barboza grind it out to a decision.
Eddie B. All right. I tend to agree with you, but I think we might see a late finish from Edson. I feel like we're going to see some pretty early success from Lerone Murphy, and then once Edson kind of gets into his groove, starts to kind of counter the strikes from Lerone. Again, like I said, I could see him clipping Barboza early, but Barboza coming back, staying composed, and starting to control the fight with technique and counters. And I think Lerone Murphy's probably going to gas by round 3 or 4, and I think we're probably going to see him get finished in round 4, maybe 5.
You know what's stupid?
What?
I mean, we talk so much about this time machine that we have.
Yeah.
And we sit here and we predict fights. Why don't we just go into the future a little bit?
Just know, and then we could gamble.
And then we could gamble. We could come back here and we could be absolutely correct every single time.
Well, we like to keep it fair for the people.
Yeah, that's true. There was a movie about a time machine. I'm trying to remember what it was called.
It's not Groundhog Day, is it?
No. It was actually quite cool. It was like filmed the same way that Project X was filmed. It was like on like a camcorder kind of thing, and just followed these kids around. And they
I think I've watched it.
Yeah, they go back in time
because they buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah, they buy a lottery ticket and then they show up to like high school in like a supercar and shit like that.
What is that movie called?
Look it up.
Anyone? I'll look it up.
Yeah, try and figure that out because I want to watch it again. It was a good time machine movie. Project Almanac. That's it.
Project. See, I told you I'd be able to do it.
Yeah. That was a good flick. 2015.
Project Almanac. Oh no, yeah.
Who was the cast?
Yeah. I swear the one I watched was a lot older than that.
Oh,
but
none of these people have really done much, have they?
No, they haven't. 6.3 though. It's not bad.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty okay.
But like a
skeefy / thriller. Thriller.
Bro, have I mentioned that on this that I've been watching Jason Statham movies like non-stop?
No.
Oh, yeah. It's
nice though. That's good.
Seriously.
Yep.
Just going a little bit, well, we've got to talk about something, don't we? The UFC haven't really provided us with much topical stuff this week, but I want to do something. I want to go back and watch every Statham movie.
Statham? Oh, you're on a last name basis now, are you?
Well,
you and Stath?
Do you want me to sit here and say Jason Statham?
No, I just want you to say
everyone
Jason.
knows exactly who I'm talking about.
I
want to go back and watch every Jace movie.
Jace.
And
all of Jace's movies.
He is just like, he does martial arts a lot, right?
You love him.
He does a lot of martial arts in these movies.
Yeah. Of course
and his secret move is a throat punch.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I want to go back and count every single throat punch and like kind of rank them.
You could record yourself watching
punches.
It. Oh, there's one.
Yeah.
Oh, another one.
But seriously, that's illegal in the UFC, isn't it? Can you punch someone in the throat?
No, you can.
You can?
Yeah, for sure.
Imagine that.
I'm
like open hand, punch to the throat. It got me thinking, because like that is a very good tactic. A throat strike.
Oh, no, they're not legal.
Ah.
Why?
Halfway legal, deliberately crushing a throat with a punch is not legal. Stomping on a throat is not legal, but slapping a choke on a little too hard is...
Oh, so like going like...
Kicking or punching someone and having it hit the throat is also legal, and no ref will ever call it so long as you're using it as an extension of the head.
Probably if you are just punching from in a striking range.
If I just have a... like that...
Yeah.
That's
no, probably
not
not that. No. I think what this kind of means is if you're on the ground and you've like pulled the head back, you can't like hammer down on the throat or like elbow the throat or knee the throat.
That, bro?
But in striking,
decapitating someone.
Could land. But it's going to be really hard to hit the throat because people put their chin down, So, so official pick for Edson Barboza versus Lerone Murphy. We're both going with Edson.
punch him in the throat.
I'm gonna fucking throat punch him.
This,
I'm getting too old for this.
It's
Mission
one
failed.
thing that I just keep saying on the Transporter 2. He has like to drive around this politician's son, and he like drives him around, and he just starts telling him riddles everywhere he goes and shit.
I'll read it for you, mate.
And the kid loves the riddles, right? And then all of a sudden, this kid's parents are in hospital, and he's telling the parents a riddle while Statham's like looking through the window from like the door in the hospital, and he's standing there. And this kid's telling his parents a riddle, and they're like, "I don't know, we don't know what it is." And Statham's just looking through the window, and he's like, "A potato."
A potato.
Yes.
Statham.
Put that on the screen. Put that up for everyone.
Here he
A
is.
potato.
Should I look up Statham?
Says a potato. Statham. There it is. That's the one. How loud is this going to be? Oh, we can't hear anything. What's that about? Where's the volume at, Chief?
I'm trying to figure it out. No, I think this.
It's
Oh, it's
off on-
coming. There we go.
Is it? Yeah.
Wrong.
And then he looks so sad.
He's got flowers in his hand.
Potato.
He just dips. He's just like, no, I'm not going in anymore. Anyway, that's enough. That's enough about that. Should we talk about the co-main
Yeah,
event?
let's talk about the
maybe?
co-main. So the co-main, the co-main isn't exactly juicy. We've got Kalen Williams versus Carlson Harris. Kalen coming in at age 30, Carlson coming in at age 36. That's the most interesting thing about this fight. Chaos of the Ox fighter.
Jeez.
Wow.
Of the Ox
This guy
fighter.
is an exciting fighter. Look at his name. So coming off a win against Rolando Bodea, a loss to Randy Brown before that, but Randy Brown is the split decision merchant. He's obviously fought Mikel Pereira, and he took him to a decision. You know, this guy, he isn't bad. He's just been a little bit. He fought Holloway,
Jeremy
Bo
Holloway.
Yan, Beijing Combat.
Beijing Combat, damn.
4.
Was he on Octagon Promotion, maybe?
Let's have a look. That's going to be a new
King of the
thing. We've just got to
Cage?
we've got to check. Anyone who's fought on Octagon Promotion, we love.
Yeah, we have to pick them.
Carlson Harris, I think it's like a Russian kind of promotion. So
Oh, he's
Um,
fought Shavkat.
is he really?
Yeah.
Did he beat him?
No. Oh, he beat
Carlson
was that
Harris.
Jared Gordon?
Jared
So what?
Gooden.
Oh, my bad.
So he's had a very deep career, much deeper than Carlin. Coming off 2 wins, a win against Jeremiah Wells via technical submission, and a win against Jared Gooden. Obviously, before that, coming across from Shavkat, you're never going to really fare well.
No.
He's beaten Impa Kasanya. He is the current champ in PFL.
Oh, he's the one
He's
that
had some
got,
good wins. He KO'd him as well.
he's the one that got knocked out by Joaquin.
This is going to be a good fight. I'm pretty confident that this is going to be a good fight.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a finish. I don't know. What are you thinking, actually?
Yeah, I'd like to say a finish here. These
I've got
guys
a
are in
feeling.
welterweight, holding a bit more power.
He's
Mozambique versus Chaos the Ox fighter.
I think we're going to see Carlin Chaos the Ox fighter Williams get the finish here. I think we're going to see him finish him in round 2. I think it's going to be close though. I think these guys are pretty well matched.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be a good one.
But again, it comes down to the topic of this weekend is it's like an experience versus up and coming hungry,
Exactly.
you know, like
Exactly. I think we're
Move
good
on.
enough to go there. We've got
Umar,
Omar Sy. He's 9-0, French boy,
no nickname.
against Antonio
Broccoli.
Broccoli. He's making his debut in the UFC. He has fought in Octagon MMA.
Oh, it's
but
different.
not Octagon
it's different.
promotion.
And it's spelt wrong.
100% fight.
100%
Some of
fight
these names
41.
are
The
fucked.
champ is back.
Octagon
Eagles Fighting
MMA.
Championship.
Eagles Fighting Championship.
No,
That's
it's
not the
not.
same one, I don't think.
EFC 1.
Well, it doesn't matter anyways. So he's 4 KOs, 3 subs, 2 decisions, 28 years old, coming out of France. This is in the 205-pound division. And he's fighting Antonio Tricoli again, who's got a little bit more UFC experience than him, but not that much. He's not exactly a deeply experienced fighter. He's had 1 fight on the Dana White's Contender Series, which he went to a no contest, but he's been brought into the UFC now. So basically 2 guys who are making their debuts. Big man. Jesus.
Light heavyweight though, isn't it?
185. Yeah, it is light heavyweight.
So he's coming up from middleweight.
Is this? Are they fighting at light heavyweight or
I
middleweight?
believe so. Yep, light heavyweight.
Yeah, so he's coming up from middleweight to fight Omar Sy.
Omar.
His one said
Omar.
light heavyweight. So,
all right.
I think we're going to see a decision here, though. These guys aren't exactly finishing merchants.
I'm going for Almar.
You go for Almar. I'll go for Tricoli.
Moving on.
Moving on.
What are
we have
actually going to say about this?
Going down the card. Huh?
Right.
Adrian Yanez. Adrian Yanez, obviously.
Viniquis Salvador.
Yeah. Adrian Yanez has some bloody good boxing, I'm telling you. But he's been on a bit of a skid. That Rob Font knockout was pretty insane. Can you remember that fight? He came out firing. I mean, up until this point, he was like, everyone was kind of bigging him up as like the bantamweight Jorge Masvidal, because he kind of has the same fighting style.
Right.
But who had he beaten? You know, he'd beaten Tony Kelly. He'd beaten Davy Grant. Like, these are people he should be beating. Ben Askren. Yeah. No, who's the kid who looks like Ben Askren?
Chase Hooper. He fought last weekend, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I'm impartial to his performance last weekend. Rob Font. But then he came up against Rob Font, got finished in the first round because Rob Font just showed him levels. He was just better. And Yanez was way too forward pressure. And then, Rob Font just showed him levels and finished him off. Jonathan Martinez, leg kicking him into oblivion and finished him with the leg kicks. And now he's fighting Viniquis Salvador. Another tough fight. 13 KOs out of his 14 wins, 1 sub, 100% finishing victory. 27 years old. He's been finished 5 times though. So he's on a 2-fight skid himself, getting decision both times. I've got a feeling we're going to see Yanez here get this done, and this might be Viniquis' last fight in the UFC. Both guys on a 2-fight skid, so it's pretty vital for them both to win. I've got a feeling they're both going to go out there firing and look for a finish, and probably see one of them get it done. I think Yanez is going to probably knock him out in the first round.
Yep. I'll just tack on to your little idea there. Boom. What else have we got?
So going down even further, we've got Angela Hills fighting. I'm going to pick her by decision. We'll have a look into this lady, see what's going on with her. Angela Hills just, like, she sold her soul or something because she just can't get a win. The time. She does. Losing to him. Oh, she's the one who got fucking spin wheel kicked.
Nah, actually, I'm going for Pin Hero.
Pin Hero.
Yeah.
Such a weird name.
Nah, I am
pretty less.
She was like doing bits to Rebus before Rebus came out in that 3rd round and just decided to have a look at my verdict picks and was like, yeah, okay, maybe I will knock her out in the 3rd round.
Doing this for you, Jackson. She even said that on the broadcast.
She did, yeah, on a post-fight.
Combat corner, Jackson. Yeah. I'm doing this for you. She did fight Michelle Waterson Gomez now and got the victory there, but split decision. Nice. Angela Hill's getting on a bit. And she's almost 50-50. She's 39.
What's her record?
16-13.
Oh.
She has had some really dodgy decisions not go her way, though, to be fair to her. I think we're either going to see Angela get a decision or we're going to see... I think it's going to go to decision, actually. I don't know what I'm saying.
I want to see Pin Hero get it done.
I think we might see her submit Angela Hill late in the fight, 3rd round maybe.
Yeah, I agree, actually. Submission win.
Moving on, we have... What else is of note on this card?
Garimbo.
We've got Themba Garimbo fighting. I reckon he's probably going to get it done.
I hope so. He was talking about trying to get into a title fight this year. He's not in the rankings yet.
No.
No. So
He beat Pete Rodriguez.
yeah.
So if you beat Pete Rodriguez, I'd say you're probably looking at a title fight next. After one more fight, you can see my breath.
That's nice. We do need a heater in here.
We do, but then it's not going to work
Why?
because it's just going to. Well, no, if we popped one like down here,
What, down by
might
you?
work. Or you can have it on your side then. Well, if you put it on my side, the heat's going to go like,
All right.
but if
Sure.
it goes there, it's not going to hit me.
It's not.
No, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We will.
But yeah, I'm going to call Themba Garimbo probably is going to get this done by decision. Maybe by a finish.
No, I'm gonna say.
You're going to go Ramos.
I'm gonna say second round knockout to
Second round
Themba.
knockout. The rest of it we can probably just leave. There's not all that much
fuck all
to talk
going on, is
about.
there?
We can talk about it after it's happened.
Yep.
We do have a headline here that I wanted to discuss.
Michel
this on the
Pereira
screen.
explains why he won't fight Roman Dolidze. So this fight being announced last week, not long after Michel Pereira's win at UFC 301. They kind of want to throw him in there against a ranked middleweight a little bit further up the
They
order.
want to give him the chance to.
I think that's
to jump
good.
into
Like
the
he has
rankings.
the star power to
Fuck yeah.
to take it like
He's
all the
exciting.
way, but does he have the what am I trying to say? The IQ. Yeah, it's
It looks like the UFC are trying to give him a bit of a layup. Obviously, I'm not saying Dolidze's an easy fight, but
No.
if he can beat Dolidze, she's number 8 ranked in the middleweight division. That's
and then
big.
he can go in there against someone in the
He
top
can-
five.
Yeah, top 5, and then we're looking at maybe a potential title contender, and we need some fresh names in middleweight.
Oh hell yeah!
So the UFC are obviously like, look, Dolidze's battle partner pulled out at UFC Louisville, which is next weekend or so, June 8th.
So these two train together. So,
yeah.
Pereira said he didn't agree to this fight. He trains with me every day at the PI Extreme Couture. He agreed to it, but I haven't. It's not the moment to fight him. If he agreed to it, that's his problem. I was surprised he agreed to it at all.
Dramas.
For me, in my head, he's a training partner, a friend. I see I'm not. Well,
What-
now it sounds like he's going to agree to it, doesn't he? He
Well,
sounds
yeah.
pissed off.
But like, what I don't get is why the UFC or why is anyone announcing that fights are signed before they really are? We need pen on paper, signatures on fucking contracts before fights get announced, because
Yeah.
otherwise it just causes this annoying drama.
Yeah.
Like no one wants this, and I wanted to bring up the point of like, all these fighters go to Vegas to train, and there's the PI there, there's Extreme Couture there, where all the middleweights are. There's
Yeah, so many
bunch of different
middleweights
gyms.
fight out of Extreme Couture.
Yeah. And it becomes
got-
just a big issue.
You've
They're
got
all mates.
Strickland. You've got
Vittori.
Vittori trains there. Yep, that's
Well,
right.
He does a lot of training there.
You
Dolidze.
have Dolidze. You have
Curtis.
Chris Curtis. You've got Michel Pereira. That's 5 middleweights that
Yeah.
are all in the
ranked guys.
ranked guys.
And
Yeah,
it becomes an issue. It does become an issue.
it's like you can't avoid it forever. In
No.
my eyes, he needs to take this fight because it advances his career. Sure, he's going to have to find somewhere else to train in the meantime, but like, dude, this is the shot that you're.
This is going to
Who-
take you to.
Bring up the middleweight rankings because there isn't a hell of a lot going on in that landscape at the moment. You've got Cannonier who's booked. You've
That's on
got
the screen.
Whitaker who's booked. You've got Izzy who's most likely going to be fighting Drakus soon.
Let's be real.
Sean Strickland is booked.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's booked
Sean Strickland's
against,
booked against Costa.
Costa, yeah.
Brendan Allen, sure, maybe he's a fight, but he's too far up the rankings for Mikel. Who else you got there? Hamzat, who is booked. Hermanson,
That's an
maybe.
option, but I think he's almost booked to fight someone or something. I don't know.
Dude, it's just like
Oh, there
Vittori. All of these guys. The only people that he can really fight are so far above him in the rankings. It doesn't make sense for them to take the fight.
Exactly. This is a layup because Dolidze's fight, his opponent Anthony Hernandez pulled out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, look, we need someone to replace. Step in. We're giving you a really good opportunity here to jump into the rankings, beat a ranked guy.
He's in the rankings, but yeah, I
Jump
agree.
higher. So it's a little bit frustrating, but I don't know. I feel like that fight is still going to go ahead. We've still got time. The fight night is basically a month away. So I mean, and that is also a very quick turnaround for him.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know whether he wants to go through another training camp, but
Who's
Yeah.
Cannonier booked against again?
he's booked against someone. Oh, Imamov.
Oh, that's right.
Killer Gorilla. Yeah, he's booked against Imamov, so
Where's Imamov in the rankings? Oh, 8th.
8th, yeah.
God, they are really trying to move this division at the moment. I mean, Strickland coming off was it a split decision loss to Dricus? Or
Yes,
was it just
it was split.
Split decision loss to Dricus, and now he's fighting the number 7th guy. You've got Whitaker, who's number 3, fighting the number 10th guy. You've got Cannonier at number 4, who's fighting number 8. Like, they are really trying to shake it up.
Yeah, well, the division has gotten kind of stale recently, and you've got the likes of Brendan Allen, you've got the likes of Costa, your Hamzats, these your Mikael Pereiras, your Anthony Hernandez's that are up and comers that just aren't quite there. We need fights to happen.
You'd think with the amount of changeovers that this division has had in terms of a champion in the last 2 years now, you'd think people would be a bit more hungry to really advance.
You think we'd have more contenders?
Yeah, but it has. You're right. It's gone stale, and this top 15 has looked pretty similar to this for a wee while now. Like, sure, the names have moved around a little bit, but they're all the same names.
I want to see Usman make a little bit of a stamp into the middleweight division if he's going to
Do you know what?
Continue fighting.
Usman should fight Dolidze.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. If he wants to make a swing at the belt there, I think it's probably a bit of a weird one with Izzy potentially fighting for the belt. But, he's fought there before, so, I don't know. It's a tricky one, man.
It is. What else we got?
Let's see if there's any more news. Any more news? What's the news? What's happening? Oh no. Can't talk about that.
Yeah, that happened last week.
Demetrius Johnson has come out in the news and revealed how much money he's made from EA UFC games, which is interesting. So they obviously get paid to be on the game, I think. I got very first check I got for being on the UFC game was 25K. A lot of you guys are like, that was it, guys. Think about this, 25K just to be in a video game. I don't think Ryu can have ever got a check for 25. Yeah, fair.
Wow. Yeah, I guess that makes sense considering he hasn't. Getting a phone call.
I think I'm getting a bell. I'd better take this. I'll be back, guys. We're back, guys.
Right. I think it's time we address this. It's a serious problem here in New Zealand, probably around the world.
What is it?
Landlords. Slimy pricks. Sneaky, scheming little cunts. Okay? I don't say that. I don't drop the C-bomb very often here.
No, you don't.
But they are. I mean, they call you right in the middle of a podcast
very
recording.
Important podcast.
And they say, you didn't, I don't fucking know. You didn't upgrade our house while we rented it to you. You didn't.
Yep.
What the fuck? They just need to grow up.
They need to grow up. They've got a bit of a deluded opinion of what needs to be, what state a house should be left in when you leave it.
You move in there.
And it's already dirty.
You pay their mortgage. Okay? Yep. They charge you increasingly, like, it's just getting worse and worse now to rent a house in New Zealand. Like, the prices are through the roof.
And more.
And it's like, how did you come to this idea that you're going to charge $650 a week for a fucking 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom house, Like, what's that about?
What is that about? And then they expect you to, like you say, upgrade the house before you leave. They want you to fucking upgrade. I'm just glad I don't have to deal with them ever again.
Flex.
Fucking, yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I mean, you've got pretty good landlords. Well,
yeah, I've got good landlords. But that's not what I'm talking about, is it?
Exactly. Anyway, guys, we've got a drink to rate. It's up here, just in case you forgot. Mountain Dew Passion Fruit Frenzy. That's the one with a citrus flair. 0.5 star health rating. That's good.
Look, it's
citrusy.
Sweet. It is very citrusy, and I like citrusy drinks. I'm a big fan of
drinks.
Of like a lemonade, you know what I mean? But like a good lemonade, not Sprite, not something like that, but something you can taste the lemon in. I like how this tastes like passion fruit, kind of.
Yeah, I like the vibe. It's a good vibe.
For me, this is going to be my best ranking so far.
Is it really? What
Yep.
are you putting? Wait, let me think and get my one as well. Okay, I've got it.
6.9.
Okay, that's less than I thought that was going to be.
Yeah.
I was going to go 7.2.
Then it's a.
Well, I'll do 7.3 because then
Then it can
do
be 7.1.
7.1, everybody, ladies and gentlemen.
What was that? That was 6.
That was 6.2, I think.
No, it was
it
6.
And then that was 4.9.
Yes.
Um,
You should really think about things before you go and do them. Moving up the order. We need a better system for this. Passion fruit. Dew. Look, either way,
What was
while
the-
Kobe is writing that up, the second was Boss Coffee, Caramel. At 6. Kookaroo. Strawberry. Look, while Kobe's doing that, thanks for watching. 4.9. Fucking hell, do I have to do everything?
There we go.
Like,
Thank you for
comment,
watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. He's just getting out of here. See you later.